Hi Cancer, thanks for joining me. Andy here doing some 3-card tarot for the sign of Cancer around about the time of the Summer Solstice in June 2019. I'm doing this just before, so that's the intent of it. But the best time to watch these videos, friends, is when you're drawn to watch them. So let's shuffle away and let's ask for a 3-card spread, please. Or at least the first card in a 3-card spread for the sign of Cancer. And what have we got? It almost fell on the floor, goodness me. Now, you know what, when I'm about to start doing a reading, I often get like a sentence or maybe just one word in my head from my spirit guide, and the word that I got here was sensitivities. Now, it is too easy to accuse cancers of being oversensitive, and I don't believe that's what this is about. But I do believe that you'll have been being as kind of sensitive and as gentle as you can be, maybe even to the point of walking on eggshells around other people, out of compassion, out of love, and are fairly tired by the whole thing. Because this character in the Four of Swords here, he's having a well-earned rest. Yeah, I mean, there are swords hanging over his head, so it's not as if all the problems are solved. It's not as if everything's fixed, but one of them's lying safely on the ground here. So he's made some progress and he's having a bit of a rest. And this is a good thing to do, Cancer, okay? I feel that sensitivities have been really rattled, and you're almost on the point of pouring from an empty vessel there, I feel, actually. So the advice there is to take a well-earned rest. It's the first card in the spread. Maybe you've already been taking a well-earned rest, in which case don't worry about it. We all need to do that sometimes. You know, different strokes for different folks. It's fluid energy, guys. And, you know, that could actually be telling you to take a rest. But we've got a rest indicated there, and it is no problem. You know, everybody needs a rest. Even, you know, say in the armed forces, in the special forces, and those guys will kind of work, you know, just like a week on end without having a sleep. But they will always get some sleep when they can, when it's reasonable to do that, because the human body can't go on without it. Okay, so there's a need for balance there. So let's have a look in Work Your Light, which I'm going to use for some significance for this reading. And I'm going to ask, please, tell me some more about the Four of Swords in this reading for the sign of Cancer, please. Tell me some more. Oh. They've got a mind of their own. Tell me some more, please, about the Four of Swords in this reading for the sign of Cancer. And here we have it. Share your voice. Come out of the cave, it says. Persecution and expression. And this character is sitting there looking quite serene, really, looking out on a rather beautiful scenario, but it's greyed out, you know. It's almost as if the colours of life have gone missing a bit. But this person is actually sitting in a fairly dark space already, so the thing to do is actually come out of that and start kind of functioning, being out there, larging it, as we used to say about 30 years ago, I think. I don't know where I got that one from. But being at large rather than hiding away from things. Now, this does suggest hiding away from things a bit, but, you know, that is the reason. The reason, guys, is that you are actually coming out into the colours of life in a way that hasn't been the case for some time. And that's going to mean different things to different people. Oh, of course, all these things do. It's very fluid energy, and that's why it's such a joy to work with. But we've also, I don't always see these things when I'm showing them to the camera, which is why I put them down. We've also got the pyramid in the background there, and that suggests to me all three of them, really. Let's have a look. I can definitely see other pyramid shapes in there, so I've got all that mysticism of ancient Egypt there. Okay, and if you're into the tarot, guys, which I guess you are, it's well worth contemplating old ancient Egyptian magic. The most famous tarot deck around that is the Thoth deck by Aleister Crowley, of course. But there are lots of other things from Egyptian magic which stretch on today until today, because magic is not, there's no time involved with magic, you know. Okay, right, now let's keep going then and ask for the next card in this spread for the sign of Cancer, please, at the Summer Solstice 2019. And we've got the Five of Wands. And this really is the heart of the matter, not in terms of progress, not even in terms of the past, but just the heart of where things are now. And this would be another good reason why you guys need to take a rest, Cancer, because this battle is going on, and it's kind of a futile battle here. It's Wands energy, it's fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fighting it out in their fiery way. But I actually feel that you're involved in this battle to a great extent as well, Cancer. Okay, the wands really are the suit of progress, and what we've got is too much progress all trying to happen at once here. Yeah, so again, the need to take a well-earned rest. It's coming as the first card. I'm now seeing that it's going to be a theme, really, as we go through at least the next week or so, Cancer. A theme, which again will mean different things to different people, but which again will make some sense to you, no doubt, as we go on. So let's get the oracle cards again and say, tell me more please about the Five of Wands in this reading for Cancer. Tell me some more please about the Five of Wands in this reading for the sign of Cancer. Summer Solstice 2019. I love these cards, and they're quite easy to shuffle actually, but then they kind of stick together in strange ways. But there we go, maybe that's what we've got to do. Maybe we've all got to stick together in strange ways, Cancer. I should think that's what it's all about. And it's the Priestess card. Right, so this is what I'm talking about, sensitivity, right from the beginning. Sensitivity, and that is something that plays into spiritual work a great deal, especially if you're going to be teaching, because people need endless patience, and the teachers need endless patience as well, because even when you're making good progress spiritually, you'll find you're constantly coming up against new things that take a fair bit of effort to understand. So teachers keep on teaching the same things again and again and again, but it's always slightly different. And it's always addressed differently depending on who that energy is going to. Now it says here, how are you being called on to step up and lead? You can see that at the bottom there. And that's a good question to ask yourself, Cancer. Okay, because leadership is needed here, isn't it? I mean, what a complete waste of time and energy and effort is going on here. And a waste of progress as well. Those 5 wands could be making things happen. That's what wands are all about, really. Right, so let's move along swiftly and ask for the third card, please, in this 3-card tarot spread for the sign of Cancer at Summer Solstice 2019. The third of this 3-card spread, please, for the sign of Cancer. What have we got? Come here. These ones like to escape as well. 3 of Pentacles, great stuff. Steady progress. Right, so you are actually on your way towards the goal of whatever goal it is, and I feel, Cancer, that the goal is going to be at least a little bit hidden from you. I'll say it again, fluid energy, different strokes for different folks. Exactly what this card means is best known to you, dear viewer, as you're watching this. But Alice here is working up on the tree. This is a card of steady work. And it's a card of showing that steady work will pay off, and maybe has paid off a bit already. But a sign of better things to come, really, because things are growing on a tree here. Alice has already got 3 fine pentacles up there, and she's got some help with her as well. There's something she's ignoring, though. The rabbit here is looking at some plans. Looks a bit like a scroll, kind of a sheet of paper with some plans. It's as if he's the foreman of the works, trying to put Alice's plans into practice there. Also, we have a kingly chap here doing his very best to support. So there's a lot of support available here, yeah? You've got kind of artisans helping. You've got someone in a position of power who's going to be willing to help you if you go the right way about approaching them, if you go the right way about asking them. That is always so important. I guess what Alice is wondering about is, how many of these roses are going to turn into pentacles. A good question is, how much does that matter? Why does that matter? Does it matter at all? Probably not. The most important thing about work, really, is what people call, their job, their work, whatever it is, a living, or a way of making a living. And that's really what it's about, is living. If you're happy in your situation, there is no need to force your way forward out of it. I don't even know why I said that, Cancer. It just came into my mind. It really did. So tell us some more now, please, about the 3 of Pentacles in this spread for the sign of Cancer. Tell us some more, please, about the 3 of Pentacles in the spread for this reading for the sign of Cancer. Right. Now then. Right, it comes. Eventually. Oh dear. One day I'll find a deck I can actually shuffle and pull cards out of slickly and smoothly. It hasn't happened yet. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? This card has come up a few times this week already. Actually, I'm seeing a lot of this card just lately. If I bring it up close, you'll see in the background there's that amazing stone building in Petra that nobody knows kind of exactly how old it is or who built it or who could have built it. And what always strikes me about this is it looks really, to all intents and purposes, as if it was built for ordinary sized human beings. Proportionally, it's a lot like kind of a house with 2 stories, or maybe a temple. It certainly has a look of the temple about it. And it just kind of looks almost ordinary. It's only when you actually see someone standing next to it in the picture that you realise how very big it is, or if you actually go over there yourself. It's absolutely massive. A human being looks like an insect standing in front of this. So, this building, it's an absolute mystery, and the spiritual path is always an absolute mystery. But the card here says, where are you being called to journey to? And it's got to be a spiritual journey. It's got to be a journey of the mind, guys. This is not about physical location. It's not actually about where you are right now, right this minute. It's about where you're going in a way that applies in your mind, because we can have great, huge transformations in our mind that make such an enormous difference to life. And because we've got this steady progress going on here, I'm going to say it's not far away, Cancer. How close it is really depends. I would say it depends on you. It depends on your circumstances and a lot of things. And I'm not saying it's not your fault if things aren't going this way, if things aren't working out. But I am saying there are opportunities about. You might have to look very hard for them, because Cancer, everything you invest in life is going to come back sometime, sooner or later. And Cancerians are very caring people who show a lot of compassion, help a lot of people. And even Cancer, if you're sitting there laughing at me saying this and thinking, well, I'm nothing like that, you'll have it somewhere in your heart, somewhere in your soul, to actually be like that. You really will, and it's a wonderful thing if you can unleash it. So where are you being called to journey to? Into the higher chakras might be the easiest way to answer that one, actually. It's about going forward, it's about going up, it's about stars in the sky, it's about the purple of healing, and we've got this vast expanse of water stretching out in front of Cancerians here. So it's a journey across water, a very mystical thing. But a thing where cleansing is possible. The ancients, we think maybe at the time of Stonehenge, actually, the ancients sort of almost worshipped water for its cleansing properties and for everything else that's good about water. So that is a very, very ancient way of healing. And we still have water in today's world, do we not? So maybe you want to spend some time around water, Cancer, I don't know, but there's certainly a journey indicated here. The effort has gone in, right? But what you've got to do is take some leadership here, because people are going to create as much stick as they can. That's the thing to say about wands, is it not? So do take a rest, which is what this card is telling us at the beginning. It seems like there's so much to be done, Cancer. I'm not at all surprised, and I don't at all blame you if you're busy thinking you'll keep going a little bit longer, just to get a bit more done. Take a rest sometime, okay? Because the journey isn't going to be over for some time. Best thing is to pace yourself. Do it in your own time. Do it in your own way, Cancer, because only you know how to do that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there then. Thanks very much for watching yet again, folks. Welcome to all the new watchers. Thanks ever so much for all the subscribers, actually. My subscriptions are going up, and it's lovely to see the views going up as well. I'll be back with more tarot very soon, and other kinds of readings. Hopefully we'll get the mediumship going live again very soon. I'll keep trying to do that, and I'm sure it will come, because that really is what this is all about for me. Meanwhile, have a fantastic week. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Tap that bell so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment. We'll share the journey, and I'll see you soon, Cancer. Peace.